The road to the 2020 Kentucky Derby continues, and today we'll put the spotlight on Kentucky Derby contender Independence Hall. He is lining up to face the Florida Derby contenders Ete Indian and also Tiz the Law. Of course, Independence Hall, a son of Constitution. We've got 3 Constitutions on the Kentucky Derby Trail at this point. You've got Governor Morris, you've got Independence Hall, and you've also got Tiz the Law. Let's take a look start by start at Independence Hall. He started off his career on the undercard of the Pennsylvania Derby, and that's when I spotted this son of Constitution. He was bet down as part of an entry that day for Todd Pletcher, for Michael Trombetta, and Independence Hall won by 4 lengths, picked up a 91 Brisnet speed figure in his debut race in September, and relative-wise, for September, that's equivalent to about a 94-95 as you look at early January. So you usually add about 3 points per month for the max speed figure for each month of their 2-year-old season. And he backed that up with a victory on November with a 101 Brisnet speed figure. He was 9-1 that day in the Nashua Stakes. He won by 12, and that opened up the eyes on everybody as he went immediately into the top 10 contenders for the Kentucky Derby for 2020. In between that, he was sold privately. Some extra partners were brought in on Independence Hall, so definitely that speed figure played a role in that. And then he went on to the Jerome Stakes, was bet down to 10 cents on the dollar January 1st at the Big A Aqueduct, won by 4. And that was just kind of a race. Actually, I kind of like it, a good learning race. Got to run over a deeper surface, stayed in training without really doing a lot of workout, so I don't think the lemon's been squeezed dry on Independence Hall. And then he came back and was bet down to 4-5 at Tampa Bay. Got a little bit too close to the pace. It was a fast pace set that day, and a Solo Volante ended up winning that race with Independence Hall running tough luck second to Sol Volante. Adjuweed closed up for 3rd, but overall it was a good effort as they went fast early on. The first call pace was 11 points faster than par for the distance and the speed of the track, and then even at the finish, the final time, a 99 Brisnet speed figure. So what I like here, he's got a fast Rags, a fast Brisnet, a fast Beyer speed figure in the Nashua. He debuted with an impressive speed victory, and I like the way he kind of just drew off down the race after breaking just a step slow at Parks. And then he showed a little bit of grit, just kind of grinding out a victory in the Jerome. So far, he's hit all of his workouts in February. February 22nd, he went 4 furlongs in 50 seconds, kind of a little tune-up after that Sam Davis loss. Then came back with a 5-furlong workout on February 29th. Pedigree, again, Constitution, we don't know. This is his first crop, but he was a win early sire. He did win the Florida Derby, did not run in the Kentucky Derby as he got injured. And then Tappet, again, brings that pedigree. They win early, and then they seem to kind of improve up to that Belmont. So he's got a couple of Belmont winners. Cape Town was a horse trained by D. Wayne Lucas, and he was well thought of as in this career. Ended up winning a couple of stakes races. Of course, Cape Town has tended to sire some speedier horses, even though he did have some stamina influence in his pedigree. So Cape Town adds a little bit of mix of speed, but he did have a distance pedigree, so maybe some of those genes can kind of factor in to Independence Hall's pedigree. What do you think of Independence Hall? He's going to go next, possibly in the Florida Derby, face up against Ete Indian and Tiz the Law, and that could be quite the matchup, especially if we get Governor Morris in there. Been working steadily. Look at 2020 Kentucky Derby contender Independence Hall. Put your thoughts on him, leave a comment, share, and hit subscribe as we lead you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby.